Hello everyone, this is Asking Blue here, and before we get into this, I am attempting a new setup and using my headphone mic, because apparently it wasn't working last video and my phone was capturing with its mic, so hopefully the audio quality is a bit better. Same with the video layout. So, with that out of the way, today we have my customs of Masterforce cab, Goshooter, and Minerva, who in order to not absolutely destroy the paint, shall not be showing in vehicle mode in this video, so here is a picture. I apologize for any background noise. My cats are currently beating up this green glass door because there's something behind it. So these are a custom set of figures made by my good friend Morning Shorts, who you should absolutely check out on Twitter. He made my profile picture. Absolute great guy. Does some great stuff. Now, as I said, these are of Cab, Goshooter, and Minerva, who is off screen because she's not in vehicle mode, as I said, from Super-God Masterforce, which is a great show. You should definitely check it out. Now, this setup is a bit less comfortable for me, but should be better for you. So let's start with Goshooter. I almost said Cab. So here we have Goshooter. So long story short, with the wheel, Morning dropped it and lost it the day he shipped these to me, and he found them like a day or so later, but they got lost in the mail, or they're just taking ages to get there. So yeah. Anyways, as you can see, this is made from. Let me focus. This is made from a Titan's Return Getaway, or Breakaway as he was called. Now, getting up close to some details. Now, it isn't perfect, but I don't mind that. He tried to remove the paint here, but it weakened the plastic, so a lot of it's still, a bit of it's still there. It doesn't bother me. He's got some nice metallic gold fog lights. Yeah, that's why. Jeez. He has this nicely painted bit here, but I believe that was on the stock Getaway. I'm not entirely sure. He also used some of the Toy Hacks Repro Label kits, and all of these have custom parts from Shapeways, which look really nice. He fully painted the wheels, which turned out great. He has painted the side doors black. He has painted the Shapeways light bar I got, and he did the tail lights. He also included this license plate per my request. It's a little off center. Actually, that's not even his fault. That's the mold, huh? As you can clearly tell, there's a different paint or different in white color, because this is pure white. This is kind of like an off creamy white. The plastic. That's because he painted over all of the blue stuff that he didn't get off. So as for the actual Headmaster, not Titan Master, I don't get why they changed it, but you know, whatever. Here we have his Headmaster, which, as you can clearly tell, is literally just the one that came with LG Wheelie, with the sides of his arms painted black, because, you know the Headmaster Juniors, they have these little seat gun head things. You know, like they have these helmets with guns on the side that you plug in that turn into the seats for car mode. I won't be demonstrating how to put these guys in their vehicle modes except for cab, because you can't really with Minerva, and I mean it's literally just pop open the cockpit for Goshooter, because he is an official Titan's Return mold. So let's move on to let's get Minerva's Headmaster out of the way. I do have the LGEX God Getaway set. So here we have the official Minerva Headmaster, which turned out great. If it'll focus, please. Focus, there we go. And it turned out great. I'll show the head sculpts more when they're actually on the bodies. And now for who honestly turned out to be one of my favorite of the set, Cab. Now, Cab is Power of the Prime's Inferno, as you can see. And he, okay, just killed Shuda, but, you know, I mean, what you gonna do, I guess. And now he just won't stand up, so I'll just set him on the, I'll just, alright, just get out of here, get. Anyways, yeah, Cab. So, getting up close here, you can see that they have painted these side bits red per my request again, to just kind of blend it a bit better. We'll get into that white bit later, and then he has these lovely light blue windows now, and these white bits to simulate the white feet that he has. And he also painted the light bars fully gold, as they were yellow in the show and on the original toy. Now, probably the coolest thing about this guy is, and I can actually set him down to show this easier, is that, so they removed the combiner head because he doesn't need it. So what they did was, they took the stock not Power of the Primes, TR Getaway gun, and cobbled it up and made a seat for his headmaster Cab. As you can see, it looks very good. Now, probably the coolest part of this is that, as a consequence of it being Getaway's normal gun, he doesn't really tab in very well anymore because the paint's too thick. I mean, it's fine. You can take one of his guns, which are just the Power of the Prime's Inferno guns / Combiner Wars Hotspot, and plug it in. So, well, the paint's a little thick, but, I mean, that's to be expected. There we go. He can actually man the cannons if I actually had his arms up. So, yeah. And, it's just really nice figure all around. So, this video is going to move fast because, honestly, I don't think I need to show the transformations because there's nothing different about them. They're literally just Power of the Prime's Inferno and TR Getaway. So, the one thing I will say is that the Shapeways chest I got for this guy, it doesn't really like to stay on for transformation. It can, but it's very finicky. So, I'll cut right to talking about these guys in robot mode. Alright, we are back, and here they are in robot modes without their heads. Also, I left Minerva's gun in her hand because I just don't want to touch her. She's everything's painted because she is a Generations Nightbeat repaint. So everything you see is painted. Even the light blue here on her crotch, they did a great job. I love these. They left some of the hinges unpainted, but that's, you shouldn't really paint that unless you're, unless you're either crazy or know what you're really doing, like, sanding it down and stuff. Anyways, let's get their heads on. Now, of course, with these guys, oh wait, you just gotta get a little bit of force, and there we go. It's on. Sorry that wasn't on screen. I had to, you really gotta give some force to Goshooter to get his head on. Let's get Minerva's head on. Hopefully that one is in frame. And oh yeah, hers doesn't like to stay on unless you flip the head around. Like that, and then you just turn it around, and there we go. There is Minerva. And last but not least is Cab, who looks great, though you need to fold up the legs a little bit or else his head will kind of droop because he's got a bit of a collar behind his head. apologize for any shakiness. I basically just have a bunch of boxes stacked up for my tripod. Well, here they are, and let's get Minerva out of the way first. She's both my favorite and my least favorite, only because I cannot mess with her. Every time she looks fantastic. I love how she turned out, but the only issue is that she's completely coated in paint. And I got these in vehicle mode, and she wasn't even fully, like, you know, put together, because there's just so much paint. Oh yeah, they also cut up a bit of a model kit sprue, I think, for the headlights, or not the light bar, I mean. And yeah, like you can see, they left these parts unpainted because why would you paint them, really? They painted the interior of the doors. That's how insane this dude is. And again, check his stuff out. I'll probably keep putting, like, I'll probably put a link up here, or wherever it is, you know, the cards, wherever they end up being in the future. But right now, they're right there. And yeah, it's just, they got the red feet, they got like the red going all around. It's great. My only issue is it's Generations Nightbeat, and I really never liked this figure. I just chose it as my Minerva because it looked the best for Minerva. Sure, I guess it works better for Goshooter, but I am not spending the money to get an official Takara Goshooter. And, yeah. So, custom parts on her are the obvious Titan's Return neck joint and the rifle. And I know it's supposed to technically be a pistol, but it's a rifle. And the chest. All of these guys have custom chests. And now on to Goshooter, who, as you can see, it's a very nice looking Goshooter. They didn't, they made these kind of bigger chunks rather than stripes on his forearms, and I think they'd made the right decision on that one. So as you can see, all this blue is painted on, all this like lovely, lovely light blue, and like dark blues. And okay, this chest piece I got, you could flip this down, but it was so floppy they just glued it in. No big deal for me. These knee pads are painted over because it was blue, and then it's got these nice black stripes. They fully painted the wheels, which look way better than the clear, which I never understood. And the rest of the details is just really vehicle mode detail left over. Now then, for accessories for this guy, he has this custom rifle from Shapeways. If I remember to, I'll leave links to all of the Shapeways parts I have for these guys, but he doesn't hold his gun very well, so hang on. It was designed for them who have, or for the Generations Nightbeat molds. Both of these guns were, because as you may note, Takara did make an official Generations Goshooter. Only it was Million Publishing's exclusive, and it's now stupid expensive. So yeah, I ain't touching that thing anytime soon, anyways. And these guys are good enough for me. And even if Hasbro make official ones soon, which I hope they do, I'm keeping these guys for sentimental purposes, obviously. And there we go. He holds his gun just fine. As I said, they really should be pistols, but what you gonna do? The rifles are fine. And now on to Cab, who is honestly, like I said, my favorite. Taking a look at him, you can see a custom chest, as I said, and it has a custom neck thing. My Cab and Minerva's heads are, none of these heads are perfect. They have a few imperfections, but that's Takara's fault, not Morning Shorts. It's kind of funny how, so this black was stock, and if you know how Cab looks like, he had these black things on his, or he had these black details on his arms, on his shoulders specifically, I mean. So it's kind of funny how that works out. I believe he painted these covers. Oh, and he glued them shut, apparently. Alright, cool. Oh, wait. No, he didn't. It's just the paint. Speaking of, he painted these, biceps, I think, red. And as you can see, if you know how this guy transforms, it kind of clips here, and every time I do it, it gets rid of it rips off more paint, which I could touch up, but it's not a big deal for me. Oh, I guess I didn't have that light plugged in all the way. Hang on. There we go. He obviously painted the crotch and the thighs, and he left the silver because I liked the silver, so, you know. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in vehicle mode, which I'll get to, is something with the wheels, if you didn't notice. Yeah, the rest of the details is obviously from, I love how this chest turned out, by the way. The rest of the details is obviously just carryover from the vehicle mode, and as you can see, they replaced the unpainted rims with these lovely white painted rims, and I love how that looks. They also, because they had an onslaught that they tried to do the whole paint removal thing like they did for Goshooter, like they attempted for Goshooter, and it kind of destroyed their first Combiner Wars onslaught, which sucks, but also they salvaged the heel spurs for this guy, and now he can do, he has to look down a bit, but he can just, he can just like stand with his ladder all the way back there instead of having to use it as a third leg, and that's awesome. Now, usually I go over articulation now, but I don't want to touch them really because they're more display than play, because again, they're customs. If you know how these guys are, they've all got bicep swivels, they all got elbows, none of them have wrists, they got ratcheted hips, universal hips, I mean, universals in the shoulder, ball joint. Or, actually, I think, no, Minervas are universal. He kind of has like a wrist, like inside wrist thing for transformation, if you count that. Waist swivel, no waist swivel, ball joint hips, universal hips, all have thigh swivels. Knees are varying degrees of 90 degrees to all the way because of the hollow legs. Ball jointed feet, nothing at nothing. That's articulation. Why don't we get into some comparisons? So, first off, I forgot to, gosh dang it, okay. Cab just comes with the Inferno stock guns because, you know, I couldn't find a proper rifle or gun for this dude yet. Which I may just hunt down an official, actual G1 cab gun for him, I'm not sure. Or just, you know, take one from my bits and bobs bag. And, you know, anyways, on to comparisons. So, who else to compare them to than to the big Mamma Jamma himself? Genrai. Super Genrai specifically. God Bomber is the same size, but, yeah, God Bomber is even more finicky than this guy, honestly. I love them, they look great, but jeez, are they finicky. They are great, though. Still need to hunt down the perfect effects kits for him. And, yeah, that's... Mine usually stands up fine, but sometimes if you poke him, he'll just die on you. I'll, get him presentable again. Set him off to the side, and, you know, just for, you know, shits and giggles, here's the old boy if he doesn't knock everything over. Good old G1 Power Master Optimus. I have a Takara God Genrai. Love that thing. Do not want to touch it, really, because all the chrome, I don't want to smudge it, and, you know, all that good stuff. So... that'll do it for this video, really. Yeah, let me get God Genrai set up for obligatory thumbnail shot. If I can get Power Master Prime out of the way. He's a chunky dude. And here we go. Oh God, he doesn't topple over again. And there we go. That is the most of the main Autobot cast from Super-God Masterforce in Takara Legends style. And by God, do I love these. I love these so much, and my makeshift tripod is trying to cave in on me. I am super sorry about that. Yeah, these are great. If you can find someone who can make these, I mean, obviously this is a niche thing. This is a very niche thing, and I realized that it was out of focus for a while, so here we go. Retake of the obligatory, thumbnail. Actually, I'll just take a better picture later. Before this goes up. But, yeah, oh god damn it, okay, where's my thoughts? Yeah, if Hasbro make an official set of these guys, I would love that. But with how niche they are, they'd make Hosehead, Siren, and Nightbeat. Maybe we'd get lucky and they do Gen Selects versions of these two, because Hosehead and Cab are literally the same thing. Now, this will never happen, but if I got an actual Minerva, like a G1 Minerva, or a Goshooter, you probably wouldn't see any more videos from me because I would literally explode from excitement. Now, again, like I said, these figures are great. I keep rambling and going off topic. Anyways, these guys are great. I love them. So happy I got them by morning. I'll leave links to his Twitter and my Twitter thread on these guys, and he did a custom Siege Prowl for me, which I may also show off at some point, maybe, if you guys want to see it. Links to all that's in the description below, and, you know, his Twitter's been up there for a while. Like I said, super cool guy, go check him out, and, that'll do it for this video, really. If I have it, I'll review it, and this is King Blue, I don't really care, as King Blue, signing out.